Okay, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about A2 Metal Fab 65 through 66 Ford F100 kick panel with speaker pods. Okay, so this is one example of them right here. The passenger side is right there. I got these, I think, a week ago. I placed the order online directly with the site, and to be honest with you, it took a month, it was definitely over a month. It could have even been a month and a half. They did send me a text notification and an email when I actually placed the order. I did send a text message asking about, I don't know, probably 3-4 weeks in, asking about, hey, did you get my, what's my order status? I received no response, so it's probably just an automated thing that, they don't respond to, whatever. But I didn't really worry about it because I didn't really need them right now. But I do need them now, and I am now working on that, and this is what we're going to talk about here. So, here we go once again. A2 Metal Fab 65 to 66 F100 kick panels with speaker pods. These are, there it is right there. I think it's something to do with Atomic 2 or something like that. But anyway, if you just go to a2metalfab.llc, gmail.com, and a2metalfab.com, etc., that's the place and the people who made the speaker pods. Now, let's talk about these things. So, just so you get a good look at it, I'm going to guess this is 18 gauge, is what I'm kind of guessing right now. It could be 16. Looks good, really. I like how they pressed these little screw pockets. So basically you can use, like, countersunk screws. Look nice and flush. I like the raised panel look here. Definitely really cool. You can see that they sanded over this thing everywhere to probably, like when you get real raw metal, right? It's got that black coating on it where you can see that they pretty much sanded all that off. So I would imagine that makes it a little, I don't know, easier or more preppable for paint, etc. This is the pod itself. This pod, again, I believe it to be, the same metal thickness. You can see that it was welded here. So they actually custom fabricate all this shit. And then it has a back on it, actually. And then they pop rivet it onto this pressed metal plate here. Okay, so, again, I'm very happy with the quality of it. I bought this because I'm putting a stereo, as many of you may know by looking at my videos, inside my 65 F100. However, when I got these, this is not, I'm not going to use them. Okay, so no fault to them. Okay, no fault to A2 Metal Fab at all. This is a quality product. This is nice. It's really nice. Very durable. You can probably kick on this right here. In the kick panel area, you're not going to hurt it at all. I just tried to fit it, and it just, now I understand this. Look, I don't remember reading any instructions anywhere. They don't send any instructions with it or nothing like that. They packed it well. Came in this box here. I didn't get any hardware that I found. I found no hardware in here. So maybe I could dig a little deeper and find out. But it doesn't matter. I'm not really going to be using these things. Okay. So, hey, you might look on eBay or whatever, the Facebook groups that I'm a part of, and maybe these things will be for sale. And these aren't cheap. They're over $400 and some after you pay the shipping and everything. It wasn't the price that I was concerned about, really. What my thought was is that I don't have time. I don't have a lot of time. So I wanted to save myself some time. So I said, I'll buy these. They'll fit. And I'll be able to get my speakers in immediately. And I'm done. And I'm happy, right? Well, I didn't really think it through very well. So again, no instructions, no warnings really that, you would have to fab anything that I found anyway. And again, I'm not complaining about A2 Metal Fab. These things are amazing. They're awesome. For somebody who really wants something that looks awesome, looks cool, and you're going to spend some time putting them in, these are definitely the way to go, no doubt. But for me, I've just made the decision that I'm not going to, and I'll explain why. So let's take these out to the truck. Well, when I say take these, let's take this one out to the truck. So what I've been doing here this morning is trying to fit my speaker in. Kind of cool about the fact that they're magnetic, is you can hang them anywhere. But anyway, you can see here that I took out my vent. So see, it's got a factory vent over there on the passenger side. Here it is right there. I'm not going to be using this again because I'm going to be putting speakers into place. Now later down the road, I might fabricate a way actually to, I don't know, maybe put a hole here and a screw like thing or whatever to allow fresh air. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do this. And yes, there's rust in here. Yes, I know. In fact, there's quite a bit of rust in here, but that is going to be fixed after I get that frame right there all rebuilt and ready. Then this whole thing will get pulled off and swapped over onto that frame. By the way, that's a whole nother video and several other videos actually. So let's stick with the subject here. I'm trying not to get sidetracked. A2 Metal Fab is what we're concerned about. All right, so here we go. I'm going to set the camera down. Okay, I got the camera back. All right, so it took me a little bit to get it kind of set in there. As you can see, it doesn't fit perfectly. And again, looking back, yeah, it's probably something that you're gonna have to fab a little bit here. But it looks good. It looks really good. Now, and I've got a manual, by the way. So I got about like that much space between the clutch pedal and, the speaker pod. So there's plenty of room there. I mean, most of the time you're only going to put your foot right there when you're not using it right. And you can get your foot underneath here to push your high beam. Now, if you got a really, really thick or tall boot, it might get a little tight, but, like if you're wearing steel toe boots or something like that, big old hunting boots, maybe that might get a little tight, but I don't know. But again, this thing doesn't really, fit perfectly. Okay, you can see there, and you can see, look at this. You can see that this metal is curved, where this is flat here. So what I'm saying is, in order to get this thing to fit in here really good, what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to trim this right here. Okay, and you can see there's a pretty good gap right there, and it looks all right back there, I guess. And you can see that I'm gonna have to trim this right here, and I might even have to trim this this front edge right here maybe, or trim that back there to push it further back. But my point that I'm making is I'm gonna do all that work to get this to fit in here. And the reason why I got these was so that I could just slip these babies in, screw them in, and be done. And, obviously paint. That was the whole idea that I had in my mind when I bought these things to, why am I going to buy these things? Why am I going to spend over $400 for these things? Is because I wanted to save myself time. Well, come to find out, I'm not just going to be painting it and screwing it in. I'm going to actually be trimming everything to make it fit. And again, they're not gaudy, I guess, but they are big. They do take up some room. And so I've elected instead to not use them. So basically instead, as you can see here, I have pulled out the fresh air vent, and I've actually, just did a little bit of trimming, and I've got the speaker. I got the speaker to install in there. Now there is a little bit of a gap right here. Obviously, again, we got all those rust holes. I'll take care of that with some caulking for now. But again, when I move this over, I'm going to fix all that. But I got, like, I would say after I put the speaker cover on, you can probably see this much of a hole. Again, when I take this out and fix all that, I will fabricate my own, like, circle here. I'll probably just cut this all out and just put a new plate in, because I'll probably cut this out so that I can get in there easier to fix the metal. And then I will put a new, plate right here with its own speaker hole. Very likely what I'm going to end up doing. But again, that's something I will do when I go to move the cab over. But the point is that I have probably spent a lot less time right now trimming and getting that speaker to fit in there nice and flat and flush over here, compared to spending all my time trying to make this beautiful piece of work fit in here. So that is my video on A2 Metal Fab 65 through 66 F100. I guess kick panels with speaker pods. They're awesome. They really are. They're really cool. If I had that frame done and I was swapping this over already, then I would probably fabricate to make these work. I believe that because, I'm doing the work now. I'm taking this cab off. I'm doing all that work to get rid of that metal, all the rust holes and all that kind of stuff. I would then put these in. So, and I guess, now that I think about it, that still might happen, I guess. Because I got to cut that open anyway, to get all that rust taken care of. Maybe that's when I'll put these in. I don't know. But I'm just telling you right now that if you're thinking that you're going to buy these, you're going to paint them, you're going to slip them in there, and you're going to screw them in, and you're going to be done, I'm telling you, based on my experience with the 1965 F100 two-wheel drive custom cab, I'm telling you it's not going to happen. At least, not in my case. So, all right. Well, be sure to like and subscribe. Rumble. Go ahead. Just at least like it, okay? Come on. If you like it, the algorithm works in my favor and our favor, so you get to see more stuff like this. I don't care if you don't subscribe or not, but whatever. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. I'm going to put my speakers inside this, so some of that rust that you see over there is going to... My backside of my speaker is actually going to be protected by this thing here for a little while anyway, but now that And you know what? During this video, the making of this video, you heard it. I'm actually thinking maybe I will use these after I get that cab moving over. That's when I can take this and actually make it work. But for now, what I want is that pickup with a radio in it, so I can use it for now while I rebuild that entire frame. I'll have the powertrain on it. I'll have the disc brakes, the new rebuild axle, all the bushings, a 4-link suspension, all that stuff. I'm going to have all that done, and then all I got to do is just raise that up and put it over on top. So when that gets done, that's when that'll come apart. But until then, I can work on that until I get that, or I can work on that while I drive, while I continue to use that. And I would like to have a radio because I've been making some trips here lately, and it's just pretty dead quiet, and the Bluetooth speaker just isn't doing it. So, again, take and like it. Please subscribe if you would. And, like I say, if you're on Rumble there too. And that is the video for A2 Metal Fab kick panels and speaker pods, I think they're awesome. But in my case right now, I am not going to use them. But I might potentially use them. In fact, I'm kind of thinking I'm going to be using them now. And I made that realization right here now, right here in this video. The amount of time though, painting and all that stuff right now is way more time than I want to spend just to get that radio going, because where I need to be concentrating on is getting this thing running. That's where I feel guilty right now. I should be working on this and not that, but because I use that and I drive it quite a bit, I'm just tired of the dead silence. So that's why I'm trying to get my speakers in. Anyway, that's all. Thanks a lot. We'll see you.